All right, Mr. Derek Brunson joining us, the vet, man. Been around the game for a long time. I got to ask you, Derek, 2020, talk to me about it, man. How's it been for you? Because you only got one fight, but it was a heck of a fight, right? You beat this undefeated prospect, and I believe you did get a BMW as well. So that's a good year. But so what's 2020 been like for you, man? How would you describe it overall?
2020 was a little bit of trying for everyone. We had the unpredictable COVID, so like training was a little messed up. We did get a good win in August against Shabazian. I was a huge underdog in that fight, but came out the victor. Just training as usual, just getting better and better, and paying a lot of attention to my craft.
Yeah, no question about it. You talked about kind of being an underdog against the young kid. I mean, I guess you kind of done that a little bit, right? I mean, Ian Heinisch might have been a little bit of the same, kind of the young kid that you're facing. I mean, what's it like when you go into those fights? I mean, do you go in with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, like they're trying to push the old man out the game a little bit?
Yeah, I do. Every fight, I see myself as winning, and I see myself a clear path to victory, and how I see the fight finishing, whether it's really quick or if it's third round, whatever. I always see myself winning. But, lately I've been put in a position where I had a lot of guys that's been coming up surging, and they've been putting me against those guys. And, yeah, I definitely have a chip on my shoulder to go out there and get the job done and show them that, I'm still in the division, and, these young, hungry guys. And then above me, you have the old veterans that's been there for a while. And, that's what I'm, working myself back to those guys.
Yeah, no question about it. So that's what we got to get to, right? Working yourself back to those guys, because it wasn't that long after your last fight. I believe you took to social media and you said, look, I got some fight news coming. We got something going on. You had the hashtag righting all my wrongs tour. So I'm thinking some rematches or something are in there. And now we're still sitting around waiting, trying to figure out what's going on. So help me out here. I mean, we started with Paulo Costa, right? That was the initial target. Right. We had a little bit of Darren Till in there.
Right.
Now I see throwing out the Robert Whitaker name, which is a great matchup as well. So what in the heck is going on that we thought, man, we had a fight lined up and now we're still sitting around waiting?
I don't know. I just keep getting. Well, it's been one fight I really been offered, and it's been a guy, Chris Weidman. He's a guy who's ranked 10 right now. A good fight. I love that fight, but it's like before that fight was offered to me, I was sitting back saying, okay, I fought 3 guys that was ranked behind me. I fought all these guys that's ranked ahead of me. And whenever I fought them, I was ranked ahead of them. So now it's like my whole mindset has been, I need somebody that's ranked well ahead of, well, I'm 7. So it's not guys that's like crazy ranked in front of me, but I need somebody that's ranked ahead of me, who's surging, who's going to give me that opportunity to put myself in that title talk. Whenever I came into the game, I was looking at all the, articles and people who cover the sport that's saying, Derek should definitely challenge for a title in his career, be top 5. And I haven't done neither one of those. I've been top 6. I haven't challenged for a title. So that's my goal. I'm not getting younger. I feel I'm getting a lot better, but I'm not getting younger. So that's my goal, and that's what I want to work towards. So I really want somebody that can elevate me into the title picture.
So what's the issue, man? I mean, obviously, you've been making it public. It's not like you've been hiding behind the scenes. You've been calling them out on social media, letting them know. And of course, you got a great management team that gets things done, man. So what's the holdup? Are these people just turning you down? Are they not interested? What's happening?
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird in the simple fact that the UFC have the right to make these fights. I mean, Hermanson Till, I think Till fought twice at 85. He won his first one against Kevin Gastelum. He lost his last one against Robert Whitaker. So at that point, Hermanson didn't have a fight. So I was like, cool. Like, this makes perfect sense. 7 versus 4. Like, we're not far apart in the rankings. It makes perfect sense. So I'm asking for that fight. And then I'm getting nothing back, and then all of a sudden, they booked Till and Hermanson. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, these are the fights that I want. I'm not asking for easy fights. I'm asking for guys that's ranked above me so I can have an opportunity to elevate myself. And so then, Till get injured, like a week ago? And right. Before the fight, and then I get a call. Hey, you want the Hermanson fight? I'm like, come on, man. Like, I've been doing this all my career. I've been saving cards. I've been fighting guys short notice. I've been fighting guys in their backyard. I've been giving guys opportunity. I need 5 to 6 weeks. I need a camp. I'm not asking for 8 weeks. I'm asking for 5 to 6 weeks, ample time to prepare. Like I've asked for all these guys. I mean, you can go and check on the social media. It's out there. Everybody knows, I've been lobbying for these fights. So just give me ample time to prepare. I want a big fight,
No question. So, I mean, that all seems very fair. So what makes sense for you right now? I mean, we kind of know what the schedule is, right? There's a couple week break, there's a couple more cards towards the end of the year, but I'm guessing, are you just ready to push it off to 2021? I mean, is there a date on the calendar circle? What's the plan, I guess, for the rest of the year? Are you ruling yourself out? When do you want to fight again?
Yeah, I guess 2021, because like I said, I'm really angling for a big fight. I need something that I have a chance to elevate me, I need to put it on the line and validate my whole career and what I've been training for. And ultimately, push to see if I can get in title contention, push to be a top 5 guy, a guy that's going to put me in the top 5, 3-4 range, because like I said, you look at Paulo Costa, he was lobbying for a rematch in a title fight against Izzy. He didn't look good in that fight. So when you get a title fight and you don't look good, you have to go back to the drawing board. You have to win 2 or 3. So it makes perfect sense for him to come fight at number 7. He's ranked number 2 or 3 or something, 3, I believe. The same as, you got Cannonier. I think he had a little injury. I'll be down for that fight. You got Till, huge name. I'll be down for that fight. Robert Whitaker. If Izzy goes up to 205, that then leaves Robert Whitaker open because there won't be another fight for Izzy at 85 until October, November-ish, or August, really late. And then let's say he go wins 205. Who's to say he's even going to fight at 85 again? So, guys want to fight, and I'm looking for big fights. So, I mean, it's a lot of fights that we can make happen for sure.
Yeah, man. Really, all of those make sense, the ones that you just laid out. So it's funny, Derek, because you've been in this game for a long time, and you think about it, you got to Strikeforce a year into your career, right? And then you're fighting in the UFC for a decade, and man, it's I haven't always heard you like super vocal. I feel like you just kind of show up, do your thing, and now you're I won't say you're calling people out, but you're just saying, look, here's what makes sense, here's why it works. Is this kind of like a new philosophy that you're taking at it? Because I can't argue with the case you're making there, man. To be honest with you,
it's the old wise, man. I guess. I mean, yeah, I'm really just trying to get it. I see a lot of guys. It's crazy in the simple fact that with ESPN has been huge for MMA. You have a guy that get one fight in the UFC and he's a superstar. I look at the kid, Buckley, is that his name?
Right.
He came in his debut, he lost. Then he goes and he spinning kick and wins his next fight, and now he has a huge following behind him. Like MMA is a little bit crazy. I feel for the UFC, they love it. They post it, they hype it up, they post as much as possible, and it builds his brand. So I need a big fight, that's really going to elevate myself. I don't do this. I'm not doing this for per se. It's not a money thing. A lot of people think, oh, if you go get this big fight, you get more money. No, it's the same. You have a contract. So, but I'm trying to elevate myself. I'm trying to maximize and get the most out of my career.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It's a smart play. I will say, in Buckley's defense, that was a really nice kick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a nice kick. Take nothing away from him, but it's like, but in all fairness, is the UFC, they market it. But if you have 2 high-level guys, that's less likely to happen. Because 2 guys in the game, the reflexes are good. The guys have a lot of skill sets. You have 2 green guys. You're going to get crazy fights. Most of the crazy highlights are like that I'm seeing on ESPN, MMA, all over, or outside the UFC, or like guys with a few fights. Those guys, I mean, when you have green guys, green stuff is going to happen.
No doubt. Well, listen, I can't argue, man. The names you're asking for, Costa, Till, Whitaker, Cannonier, I mean, those are all monsters. So you're not asking for easy fights, man. You're asking for the best. So I can't argue with that. Let me ask you, I mean, you said it. You've been around for a while, man. I mean, I'm definitely not trying to rush you out, man. You're performing at a high level right now. But have you started to kind of figure out how long this career is going to run? I asked because I look at like Anderson Silva. I mean, he's 45. So if that's the case, you still got another decade in this game. But have you started to kind of look at the end at all?
No, so I haven't. Anderson it's funny because Anderson is so good. And it's like that fight with Hall, before he said, I think it's gonna be my last fight, but we'll see. And then after the fight, or leading up, most of the time he's like, yeah, this is definitely my last fight. And after the fight, he's like, this is my last fight. And then after doing interviews, he's like, well, we'll see, because I guess he looked at exactly what I've been seeing. Like, he looks so good and he's so good, but it's some of the things he tried to do that he did when he was younger that he just don't have that same speed that get him in a little bit of trouble. Like, he was winning the second round and he got clipped with like 30 seconds left, and it swung that round. Like, it was a close round, but he was definitely in control. But when he got dropped and, punched on a little bit, Hall definitely won the round. So it's like, man, I can understand his struggle. It's like, it's so tough for him because he was doing so good and he looked so good and he got such a high skill set. But yeah, no, I haven't. Whenever I'm not performing well, then that's going to be it. I'm smart with my money. I saved up my money. I made a lot of investments. So yeah, whenever I'm not performing well, I'm out of there. Just chilling, focusing on the next generation, hanging out with the family, doing youth sports and stuff like that. But no, I'm still performing well. I'm getting better. I would say the only thing with getting older is your body start getting tighter. So you just got to stretch more. It's like simple stuff, simple.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, that's awesome. Well, like I said, I'm not trying to rush you out, but I just, as people in their mid-30s, I start wondering kind of what the exit plan is, but it sounds like you're well off, man. So we'll talk to you, man. Like you said, 2020, I'm sure you would have liked to fight more. You got the one good fight in. You did get the BMW, so that's a good thing. But 2021, lay it out, man. I mean, you're calling out these big names. I mean, how many times do you want to fight? And you're saying, I want this top 5. I want title contention. I mean, is next year the year it gets done?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm lobbying hard for a top 5, and I think we're eventually going to get something done, because maybe I'll just sit until I get a big fight. I mean, who has ever just asked for a big fight? Like, guys are really lobbying for other fights. I'm asking for a big fight, and it's not a title shot. It's a fight to put me in that, and there's a lot of guys ahead. There's 6 guys ahead of me. So, yeah, 2021 is going to be a big year. My next fight, I'm going to put a lot into the camp, and I'm going to work really hard. So whoever that opponent, whoever signed, I don't think anybody is so eager to sign, being how I've looked in the past couple fights. And I'm really going to invest a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication to my next camp to make sure that I maximize that fight and look good. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, that's probably the reason guys aren't signing up. But I think eventually we're going to get somebody, and 2021 is going to be a big year. Looking at fighting the top 5, and then probably looking good in that fight, and next fight, a title shot.
Much respect, man. Well, you're willing to put, your money where your mouth is, as they said. You're not asking for anything easy. You're asking for the toughest fights in the division. So I don't see how anybody can't respect that, man. So we'll be paying attention. Hopefully you get some fight news soon, and we'll definitely talk again when that fight gets booked, man.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Derek. Always appreciate it, brother.
All right, later.